Well, hello everyone. This is Cheryl J, and I am here to help you, guide you, empower you to live in your life with joy and peace and freedom. That sounds like a good life. Okay, so in this series, we are talking about how to honor your commitment to yourselves. And that sounds pretty simple, but guess what? For some people, it's just not. And there's a lot of reasons why it's just not that simple. However, I am here to guide you through it. So, let's talk about a barrier that I like to talk about here tonight. It's called performance. And you say to me, Cheryl, what's wrong with performance? Performance is good. People win all the time as they perform. Like, that's what we should be doing in life, right? We should be performing all the time. And I can say, okay, performance, there's nothing wrong with performance. But what I want to focus on today is why you are choosing to perform in a way that's not giving you the results and the outcome that you so desire in your life. Because that's what I want to talk about. Okay? Now, a lot of us have come from families and situations, our family systems, first of all, that we didn't even have a model to understand how to live our life for us. There was never even a model, right? Because sometimes our family systems was just set up in a way that says this is how they did it, this is how this generation before did us, this is how this generation before us did it, and so this is just how we're going to do it, and this is just what you're going to do, and this is going to be your legacy, the end. So that's what the model was. That's what you're trying to repeat. Okay. We look for our guidance as we are young for the seniors in our life. We look for the models. And if we don't have any that says, hey, you can be whatever you want to be, then we don't know that we can. And so we don't have a model that supports us being able to think about our life in our way and our ideas and our creativity and what we want for ourselves. Some of us didn't have that. And then we had sometimes a family system that says, hey, don't speak. Your voice doesn't matter. You're too young to have an opinion. You're too young to be able to say what you want and what you do not. So, wow, that's really hard to hear, but so many people have heard that in their lives, and that has became a barrier for them to live. So, yes, they are living. Yes, we are. But are we living our desired outcome life? And that's what we're here to talk about again today. Do I have a map? Do I have a plan? Do I have a voice? Do I have a thought about what I want for myself? Is there any model out there that I can follow to give me the direction and guidance that I need to create my desired life? Yeah, that's a good question. Is there a model out there? Well, sometimes we come to that place where if we did not have it in our family systems, sometimes we meet people along the journey of life. It could be in school, it could be at work, it could be in the social settings. But if we're really careful, we start to take notice of how other people seems to be living their best life, living their life the way they desire to live it. And then we begin to question. Question. I wonder why I am not living my life the way I want to. Now, I'm not talking about comparison, because that's not where we're ever going to go. But I am talking about an understanding and a realization that you can have your life outcomes be what you desire. And you have observed people winning and doing what they want to do with their life. Okay? That is great. It is okay to question. I want to give you that permission that you can question things in your life that you don't feel is right, or you don't feel resonates inside of here in your heart. And you don't feel like, man, this is what I thought it would be. It's not quite meeting my expectations. And maybe it's not. And that's the time where we have to dig in here and get some answers. So I want to introduce a word to you today that is very near and dear to me, and it works for so many different areas in our lives. But that word is curiosity. Curiosity is an amazing word because it gives you pause to begin to think about, entertain the idea of, is my life that I'm living what I desire? Am I getting the outcomes that I want for my life? Not for my family's life, not for my friend's life, not for my partner's life, but for me, right? Curiosity, it helps you to be able to dig deep in there and ask yourself those questions. And so once you decide that you want something more, you want something different, you want to pursue maybe a dream that was hidden or taken away from you or was told that you can't achieve it, once you decide to be curious about that, then that becomes the catalyst for your change, that curiosity. So, you say, Cheryl J, really? Just asking a question is going to bring me change? No, it's not. But it's a darn good place to start, right? So that first step I'm going to tell you, is that I want you to ask the question, Cheryl J, is this life all that you want for you? Are the outcomes what you want them to be? I want to get real quiet, very curious, and I want you to block out all the voices. Family, friends, partners, children, religion. Yep, I said religion. Because all of those external voices impacts the way you hear from you. So we have to turn them off. So we have to get quiet and get very in tune with the inner the internal Cheryl, the internal you. There within lies the answer to that question. I can promise you this. If you are quiet and you ask yourself the question, the answer to that question will come forth. You will find out if you are living your desired life. And once you receive the answer, and let's just say, it's all right. My life, it's good. But I know deep down inside, I have got better. I want better. I desire better. Then, if that's where you're going, then that's what we're going to get to, right? So we ask ourselves that question and we say, wow, let me check in with me to see what that is that I desire for me. And then the next step is that we create a plan. We create a plan of how we're going to get that desired life, that desired outcome in our life. And I want to tell you this, and I know that it just may not sound real, but it truly is, it may sound cliche, it really is the small changes that we make daily and consistently that starts the momentum for your desired outcome. So you may have the big plan of what you want your life to be, but I want you to look in your life now and just say, hey, every day I would desire to do this thing, whatever that may be. Let's take, I desire to get up in the morning and make my bed. I really desire to do that because when I come home, the desired outcome is when I get ready to lay down at night and rest from a long day, I want to go into my bedroom and I want that to be ready for me. Okay, go with that. Let's just go with that. So that's the desired outcome. So now the plan says, how am I going to make that happen? Well, it may take you getting up an extra 5 minutes in the morning or 10, depending on how you get out of the bed. I usually jump out really fast. I wake up and my feet hit the ground. I'm a morning person. So, but sometimes people move a little slower in the morning. So if that's you, you're going to set your alarm 10 minutes earlier, and then you're going to get up, turn around, and make your bed. And once you do that, the very next thing you're going to do is you're going to celebrate that effort. Celebrate your commitment to yourself. That you did that thing that created the outcome that you so desired. Yes. And you're going to consistently do that as you build trust in you. Okay? Now, the other thing I want you to do is to decide or note somewhere how that made you feel, that you took responsibility for something that you wanted and you created that. You made it happen. Yes, you did. Give yourself a round of applause. Yes. Which sends the message back to you that if I want it and I plan it and I commit and I celebrate the win, that I can make the necessary changes. Yes, you can. Now, once you begin to do that in the small things, then your confidence within yourself increases. And the confidence is what we're looking for, because the confidence gives you the power to continue on with your goals. And when you really note that feeling of, I did this, that sets a momentum, that sets a fire in you to say, hey, what else can I do? Now, remember, this is all about internal validation. If you say something to a friend or a partner or a family member and you are desiring their hoo-hoo, hurrah, confetti balloons, you may get disappointed. I always like to let you know that. Because remember, this is your life. This is your goals. And everyone may not be a supporter of that. So I want to make sure that you understand this commitment to myself is about my commitment to me. That's why I told you to celebrate. I told you to have the balloons. And I told you to get the confetti out. Okay? So, if someone else doesn't want to celebrate, that is not your problem. Okay? That is not your problem. That is not your sorrow. That is not your sadness. We're building ourselves up. So we are the only ones that's responsible for the celebration and for the approval, for the I approve of this message. Okay? All right. So let's recap so I can let you go here, okay? The recap is I am going to identify why I am performing in my life and why am I having outcomes in my life that I don't even desire and I don't even want, and it's not about me. Identify that first. Whose voice, whose life am I living? Second, we're going to get curious within ourselves and ask the hard question. We're going to do that with silence. We're going to get quiet and say, okay, Cheryl. All right, Cheryl J, let's me and you, babe. What is this truly about? What do you want? Are you living your life? Are you having the desired outcome that you so desire and choose? And if not, what is it that you want? What can we do for you? Yes, what can we do for you? That's a good question. Okay, so we decide. Well, you can start with this, whatever that thing is. I say, okay, Cheryl, I'm going to commit to you. I'm going to start with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do whatever it is I told myself I'm going to do. And I'm going to do what? I'm going to celebrate confetti and balloons. Yes, as soon as I do that effort, I say, hey, Cheryl, you win today. And I'm going to chart how good that felt. And I'm going to use that as momentum to do it again. And as I keep that process and note that process, I will move closer and closer and closer to my life. And I very well bet not put that celebration, approval, gavel in anyone else's hands. And I mean no one. No one. Okay? So, I am so excited to share this with you because I know this is just the start, the beginning of you living your life. I say the only way to be free is to live me. And I want you to be free and live you. So that's how we're going to do this. I'll be back again for part 2. And we are going to go through these barriers. We're going to knock them down. And when we look at ourselves, boy, are we going to smile and be happy and celebrate the life that we're living today because we're creating it now. Okay, this is Cheryl J. I'll talk to you later. Please don't forget to push the subscribe button for more videos from me. They will be here shortly.